What happens when a small-town girl rises to fame, marries a billionaire almost 4 times her age, and ends up in a courtroom battle that reaches the United States Supreme Court? Not once, but twice. That's the wild, tragic, and fascinating story of Anna Nicole Smith. From modeling to marriage, from inheritance fights to bankruptcy court, her life played out like a soap opera. But this was no fiction. It was real, messy, and heartbreaking. This is the story of how Anna Nicole Smith went from living the high life to battling for every dollar in court, and how it all came crashing down. Anna Nicole Smith was born Vicki Lynn Hogan in 1967 in Houston, Texas. Her early life was far from glamorous. Raised by a single mother, she struggled through a tough childhood and dropped out of high school. She bounced between jobs, waitressing, working at Walmart, and eventually dancing at strip clubs to make ends meet. That's where she adopted the name Anna Nicole and caught the eye of talent scouts. Her big break came in 1992 when she appeared on the cover of Playboy. That led to modeling contracts, commercials, and eventually mainstream fame. But behind the blonde bombshell persona was someone chasing something more than just money. She wanted love, security, and to finally feel like she belonged somewhere. In 1991, while dancing at a Houston strip club, Anna met J. Howard Marshall II, an oil tycoon who was 63 years her senior. He was 89 years old, in a wheelchair, and worth over $1 billion. He fell head over heels for her. Over the years, he gave her lavish gifts, jewelry, cars, even money to invest in her career. After years of dating, they married in 1994. It instantly raised eyebrows. People accused Anna of marrying him for his fortune. She denied it and claimed she truly loved him. But love or not, one major detail would come back to haunt her. He never added her to his will. Just over a year into their marriage, J. Howard Marshall passed away in 1995. He left nearly all of his $1.6 billion fortune to his son, E. Pierce Marshall. Anna Nicole was left with nothing. She argued that Marshall had promised her $300 million verbally, even though it wasn't in the will. That single claim sparked a legal battle that would stretch across courts for nearly 2 decades. She filed a lawsuit in Texas probate court, hoping to win a share of the estate. Pierce Marshall fought back hard, insisting that his father never intended to leave her anything and that she was manipulating the situation. At the same time, Anna Nicole was hit with an $850,000 judgment from a former nanny who accused her of wrongful termination and defamation. Facing mounting legal bills and unable to access any money from Marshall's estate, Anna filed for bankruptcy in California in 1996. That bankruptcy case opened a new legal front. The California Bankruptcy Court, hearing her claim that Pierce interfered with her expected inheritance, shockingly awarded her $474 million from the Marshall estate. It was a huge win, on paper, but the victory was short-lived. The Texas probate court later ruled that Anna was entitled to nothing. Now there were 2 different courts, one in California saying she deserved nearly $500 million, and one in Texas saying she should walk away with nothing. It was a legal standoff between state and federal authority. That's how Anna Nicole's personal fortune battle turned into a national constitutional issue. The legal back and forth got so complicated, the case eventually reached the US Supreme Court. The public couldn't look away. Headlines ran non-stop. TV shows couldn't get enough of her. But while she was the center of media attention, her personal life was unraveling. In 2001, her bankruptcy judge reduced her $474 million reward to $88 million. Then, in 2002, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals threw it out altogether. They ruled that the federal court didn't have jurisdiction over the estate matter, since it belonged in state probate court. Suddenly, Anna was back to square one, but she refused to give up. In 2006, her lawyers brought the fight to the US Supreme Court. In a dramatic twist, the court ruled unanimously in Anna's favor, saying she had the right to pursue her claim in federal court. It was a rare moment of hope in a battle she had been waging for nearly a decade. But while the court victory gave her another chance at the fortune, her life outside the courtroom was falling apart. In September 2006, she gave birth to a daughter named Danny Lynn. Just 3 days later, her 20-year-old son Daniel died of a drug overdose while visiting her in the hospital. The grief shattered Anna. She spiraled further into depression and drug dependency. Surrounded by enablers, she appeared increasingly disoriented in public. Then, in February 2007, just 5 months after Daniel's death, Anna Nicole Smith was found dead in a Florida hotel room. She was only 39 years old. The cause? An accidental overdose of prescription medications. Even in death, the legal chaos continued. Her infant daughter, Dannylyn, became the subject of a custody and paternity battle. At the same time, the legal fight over J. Howard Marshall's estate didn't end. Her estate, now representing Dannylyn's interest, tried to carry on the court battle against the Marshall family. But in 2011, the Supreme Court once again got involved, this time ruling against Anna's estate. They said the California Bankruptcy Court had overstepped its authority by awarding her money in the first place. In 2014, a federal judge closed the case for good. After almost 20 years of litigation, Anna Nicole Smith's estate was awarded nothing. So how did it all go so wrong? Anna Nicole Smith married one of the richest men in America. She was young, beautiful, and had a shot at securing her future forever. But in the end, she walked away with no legal share of his fortune, buried under legal fees, bad press, and personal tragedy. The key issue? J. Howard Marshall never changed his will. There was no signed document backing up her claims. And in the world of billion-dollar estates, verbal promises mean very little. Love, sentiment, and public sympathy can't stand up to strict probate law. Her 1996 bankruptcy was just the beginning of her financial unraveling. The legal bills drained her earnings from modeling and reality TV. Despite brief comebacks and appearances, her fame couldn't save her from the costs of fighting in court year after year. In many ways, Anna's story is a cautionary tale, not just about chasing wealth, but about the dangers of not protecting your future legally. She was stuck in a system where the odds were against her from the start, where being right didn't always mean winning, and where justice moves slower than tragedy. Today, her daughter Dannylyn lives with her biological father and has largely stayed out of the spotlight. Her story is quieter, more private. Maybe that's the piece Anna Nicole never got. For all the headlines she made, for all the courtrooms she walked through, and for all the promises she believed in, Anna Nicole Smith's journey ended without the fortune she fought for. But her story is still remembered, not just for its tabloid drama, but because it showed how fame and fortune can't shield someone from heartbreak, legal traps, or financial ruin. Anna Nicole Smith wasn't just a celebrity. She became a symbol of how the system can crush someone who isn't prepared, no matter how much attention they have. Her story reminds us that it's not just what you're promised, it's what's written, what's protected, and what's planned. From a small-town Texas girl, to a global icon, to a bankrupt widow, and finally a tragic figure, Anna's life was a whirlwind of dreams and devastation. And through it all, she never stopped fighting. For love, for justice, and for what she believed she was owed. In the end, maybe Anna Nicole Smith wasn't just chasing a billionaire's fortune. Maybe she was chasing stability, validation, and the kind of love that couldn't be taken away in court. But what she found instead was a legal maze, a broken system, and a story that became more about lawyers and losses than about love and legacy. That's the real heartbreak of it all. Not just what she lost, but how she lost it. If you found Anna Nicole Smith's story as jaw-dropping and tragic as we did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more real-life tales where fame, fortune, and legal drama collide. Got thoughts on the case? Do you think she deserved a share of the fortune? Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear what you think. And if you want to learn how to avoid the financial mistakes that brought down celebrities like Anna Nicole Smith, stay tuned. More eye-opening stories are coming soon. Thanks for watching.